Captain John here, and today we're going to talk about my 1987 Glas Ply Moocher. Why? Because you guys keep asking me about it, and you're like, ask me why I have it, how I use it, and what it looks like. So we're going to talk a little bit about today. So this is a 1987 Glas Ply Moocher. It's been completely restored. All the fiberglass work was done by a good friend of ours, Robin Halbert, and he did a nice job on it. He did quite a bit of work on it to get it restored. So these boats are really hard to come by. Typically, when you see one for sale, they're on the market like a day, and then people grab them up. And there's a specific reason for that, which I'll kind of show you guys, but they work really well. There's like 4 of them in the Point Defiance boathouse. Most of them live up in Port Townsend, Port Angeles area. That's where you see a lot of them because they're stable enough that you can fish the Strait of Juan if you can. I mean, a lot of guys do. So they call it a moocher because originally it was designed to go out and mooch for salmon. Of course, nowadays we've modified it a little bit and we do a few other things. So this is actually they call it a 15-foot boat. It's actually 16.9. Puts it under a lot of the Coast Guard regulations being under 16 foot. The main thing for us is it's wide, it's stable, and it fits in the boat locker down at Point Defiance because that's where this boat lives. We just have it here right now because we did a little maintenance on the Mercury motor that's on it, and we're going to take it back down here pretty quick. But if you look at the bow of this, you can see it's a deep V. Down here, it cuts in the water really well with the deep V. Then you have a bow striker here, you have one here, and then you can see how wide this is up here. So when it cuts in the spray, it tends to push the spray away from the boat, which is really a nice thing, so you don't get wet in it at all. So it handles well. It's a heavy boat for a little boat, but again, it does really well in the application that we use it for. And then again, it's wider than normal boat, so it's really stable. I could stand on one side of it, be jigging or netting a fish, and the boat doesn't bend over. It's not going to heel into the wave at all. It's nice and stable. So that's why they're really popular. So going down the boat, basically other than that, it's a simple boat. You can look over here on the bow. It's got a wide bow on it. It's got a net holder here built in. So if you hook your net here, and the other end goes over here. Got a all-around running light in the front. Got one, a light in the back. Fuel tank with the vent built into it's right here. There's a 12-gallon gas tank in the boat. That's what it runs on. That will give you about, you can fish all day, pretty much on a gallon of gas. So 12 gallons of gas, you can fish a week and then go put 12 gallons of gas in it. So it's very efficient. The thing we like about them is being down at Point Defiance, we can jump in the elevator with the boat and be out fishing in 5 minutes, come back, wash the boat off and shove it in our boat locker. It takes about 10 minutes. So it's a real good way to fish that fishery down there, and you can access all the Point Defiance area around there, all the way down South Sound, and the boat handles excellent for that application. So moving down the boat, you can see it's been pretty well restored. Got cleats on it, for tying it up. It's got the little lip here on the side. Come down here, you can see that Robin had actually molded in downrigger mounts on this model. And so here's the Scotty base set up here. So I can put a downrigger here, over on the other side. I can put a downrigger there. There's a rod holder over there, there's a rod holder over here. If I want to run a meat line, I can mount my meat line to this and fish off of there. So most of the time we end up fishing these by ourselves. If I want to add another person and bring somebody with me, we just throw another seat in the front on a pedestal and I can take somebody along. Otherwise, I just leave it open because it allows me to fish around the entire boat. So moving back, you can see that everything's been repainted. Looks pretty new. Back here is the powerhouse of it. So as an affiliate for Mercury, of course, I went with Mercury. Dave Johnson up at Kitsap Marina said, hey, 50 horse would be perfect motor for this. So that's what we put on there. And it is. It'll, easy 30 plus miles an hour, wide open, which you don't do, but it trolls down. That's the nice thing. When these boats were originally built, you found 2-stroke 50s on them, and you usually found like a 6-horse or something small motor for trolling on them because those motors at the time would load up. Nowadays, you can just troll on this all day. So it makes it really nice. If you look down here, you can put a dolphin on it, give it a little extra lift, come up, and then there's a 4-bladed Spitfire prop from Mercury on here, which gives the boat even a little bit more lift on the boat and keeps it really stable when you're running. So it's been a really good package. One of the cool things I like about it is I'm sitting up here, I have total control of my motor. Right here is my troll control. So this just tap this and it allows me to bring my RPM up or down to get the right trolling speed. My gear shifts right here. Right over here is one of my favorite things is the heated tiller. So there's 3 positions for it. It heats this tiller up. 1 is enough for your hand. It keeps it nice and warm, bare hand. If I put it up on 3, I can feel it through a glove. So it puts out a lot of heat. So it makes a really nice package. You can adjust the tiller handle anywhere you want on here. Move it up and down to set it. You got power tilt on the side over here. You got power tilt on the front of the throttle control up there too. So it's a good system. Over here on the Moocher, for electronics, we just run 1 transducer. You don't need a lot down here for this fishery. So I have 1 skimmer transducer from Lowrance on here, and it's mounted on a spring block. So this allows it, if you hit something, it'll move up. The other thing it does is if you're on the elevator, these boats come down and they set down on a couple pads for you to put your dolly underneath to pick it up. If it happens to get off center on the pad, it won't break the transducer, it just lifts it up out of the way. So that's been a pretty good system. All right, let's go ahead and get inside. I'll give you a quick tour of the inside. Okay, so inside the boat, as you can see, I'm in my temper seat here. Gives me a complete turnaround. I can move anywhere I want to, fish this side, fish that side. I can grab, I got plenty of room up here. Walk up front, fish the whole way around the boat. Yeah, real easy. The boats came with a compass mounted in those days. So the original compass is still here. As far as the inside, if you look down here, there's 1 Blue Top Optima battery. Powers the entire boat. So that works out good for a power source. Got your standard water filter, fuel filter. Over here is a power switch. So you can turn the power to the motor on and off. Everything up here. Then your fuse panel. And then over here is a switch panel. So position 1 is just bilge pump. And then we have your running lights. We have electronics, which is just the gas gauge, turns that on. And then the last one over here turns on a light up underneath here, lights up the whole boat. So if it's dark in the morning and I'm heading out early, I can turn that on and then have plenty of lights out there as far as charging up my flashers or whatever I want to do. And then the last thing here is a plug for a phone jack, so I can plug in my phone if I need to recharge it. And then for electronics, I have a Lowrance HDS Live 9-inch. Works out really well in this boat for a fish finder. Real happy with that. And again, like I said, you can see there's a Scotty rod down there. Got the gas tank up under the bow there. And then over here is just some shelving on the side. The boats kind of came where you customize them yourself. This one had some woodwork in it to kind of make the shelves up there. And we just keep the basic items in there, for fishing. And of course the coffee cup, which is probably one of the more important things to have. On this side, you got your fish whacker, hookouts, Scotty cup holder. And that's pretty much it for this boat. And then looking back here at the motor, again, the Mercury's a great motor. Tensioner controls right here. Like I said before, throttle controls right here. Power tilts right here on the motor. So you have total control of the boat from 1 position. You can see I'm so close I can reach out, grab my downrigger, grab my rod right out of there. So that is my 1987 Glas Ply Moocher. And for all you guys who were asking about it, there you go. Now you know all about it. So maybe I'll see you out at Point Defiance fishing.